Hey, welcome back to It's Just a Thought, the podcast where I spiral at unreasonable hours, talk to myself like I'm on a dramatic Netflix original, and hit record because, well, why keep the chaos to myself when I can share it with strangers on the internet? So if you're new here, hi, I'm Namna. I overthink like it's a full-time job. I monologue like I'm auditioning for a one-woman show, and I occasionally, just occasionally, make some sense. Alright, so this isn't one of those podcasts where I give you life advice from a yacht or pretend I have a 5-year plan ready with colored-coded tabs, because believe me, I do not. It's more like a voice note meets diary entry meets sleep deprivation, seasoned with a little existential dread and a pinch of humor. You're welcome. So let's dive into today's episode. I skipped class and nothing fell apart. Okay, so let's talk about this thing. This weight that hangs over us in the academic spaces. Schools, universities, and even well-meaning professors, they are all wrapped up in this idea that attendance equals ambitions. That if you miss a class, a single session, you are doomed. Your academic career, over. Like poof. One skipped lecture and suddenly you are on the fastest track there is to being a failure. And they don't even say it outright. It is this vibe, this unspoken pressure, this silent implication that if you don't show up to class, you're not serious. You're wasting your potential. But here's the thing. And lean in for this, because I'm about to commit podcast blasphemy. I skipped a class. On purpose. No fake coughs, no sudden emergencies. I just decided not to go. And spoiler alert, nothing fell apart. No black holes under my bed, no GPA like getting on fire and like disappearing in the magical world of My Little Pony. I was still me, just a version of me with 2 extra hours of sleep. A lot resentment for my phone's alarm, which I want to throw every morning. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying drop out, start a commune, abandon education, maybe start a whole cult. No. We're not, even if that sounds tempting, we're not doing that. I'm just saying, sometimes skipping a class as an act of rebellion, but it's also mostly an act of self-trust. The system makes us feel like we have to earn our rest, like we're not allowed to pause unless we're actively collapsing. But what if we flipped that? What if skipping one class, not 5, not 10, not 20, but just one, is you saying, hey, trust me, I trust myself to keep up. I trust that one missed hour or 3, because, well, I have 3-hour classes, will not do anything. Because let's be real, a lot of us are running on fumes, caffeine, and fear of failure, me included. So when you operate in this state for long enough, you forget what it feels like to choose yourself. Not your grades, not your resume, you. Let me say this out loud for the perfectionist in the back. I used to be one. Myself. You are allowed to rest without justifying it. The classes you missed might have been a glorified slideshow. That lecture, maybe it was 70% recycled from the last one and 30% awkward silences. You are not weak for needing a break. You're not lazy for saying, I'm not my best today. I need to get some time to myself. You're a person. You're not a robot. You're not a productivity machine. Don't try to be one. Can we all talk about how much guilt is baked into this whole idea of missing anything? Like you're supposed to feel bad for choosing your well-being? As if your worth is measured by how well you push through exhaustion, not how well you take care of yourself. Like, come on. Let a girl relax. But here's what I've learned. And by learn, I mean what I told myself in bed at 9 a.m. while skipping that class. Sometimes taking a step back is the most powerful move you can make. Not because it fixes everything. really, it does not. I still need therapy. But it's because it reminds me, or you, that you're the one in charge of your own pace. Not your professors, not the attendance tracker, not the guilt-tripping voice in your head, because we all have that one. And listen, I get it. We were taught to grind, hustle, overperform, especially in a world where burnout is worn like a badge of honor. But what if we normalized rest the same way we normalized deadlines? What if we treated mental energy as a finite resource, something to be managed, not initially exploited? So if you ever find yourself staring at your timetable thinking, I can't today, not because I'm lazy, but because I'm listening to myself, listening to my body, listening to my will and my brain saying, just shut up and take that nap. No, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. You're not less committed, you're not less intelligent, you're just choosing peace over performative productivity. And that's brave, honestly. Anyway, that's all from me today. I'll probably spiral again around 2 a.m. and hit record. You know the drill. But until then, take care, take naps, and maybe, just maybe, skip a class. For once, for the plot, for the piece, for the person you're gonna be becoming. But hey, at the end of the day, it's just a thought. See you all next week. Bye.